The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Good day, Cycle, citizens of Alpha Complex. It is I, your friend computer here, Shanky McStabber, bringing you another installment in the exciting life of a troubleshooter. I'm going to let first the troubleshooters introduce themselves before we go into what's happening tonight.
All right, I am Chocolate. I will be the communications and recording officer.
I am Brad, Timber Brad 411. I'll be Thumper Bunny, team leader, and all praise to friend computer.
I am Comic Book Joker. I will be playing the equipments officer, Peeps Are Bad 1.
Hi, I'm Astral Aberration on Twitch and Discord, and I will be playing Fluffy Till, Happiness Officer, and I will try my best to support the emotional health of my team in the name of friend computer.
Hi, I'm Dinnerham. I will be the hygiene officer of this craziness. And yes, friend computer is supreme.
And hi, I'm Demon, and you can find me in chat, and I'll be playing Eggroll, which is the loyalty officer for friend computer.
Now, for those who don't understand, the year is classified. And in the past, redacted, and redacted, which caused redacted. And now all citizens Alpha Complex live in happiness, because happiness is mandatory. Here in Alpha Complex, there is no war, no strife, no one goes hungry. But there are traitors, and traitors must always be found. What is a traitor? Well, traitor's a communist mutant, which makes them, of course, traitors. Anyone who questions friend computer, anyone who fails to follow orders, damaging computer property is also obviously traitorous. You all are a newly assembled troubleshooting team. You happen to be gathered for your meal this day cycle. Now, for the red clearance level people in this group, you're eating your normal algae bars. But we also have a yellow and an orange here. They're lucky. They get to have the algae bars plus. This one actually has 20% algae in it. It's a special treat for those of a higher clearance. But as you're sitting there, your personal communicator goes off. Troubleshooting team, you are ordered to report to the briefing room in Sector B and Y. Please report immediately for an important mission for friend computer. Remember, happiness is mandatory and ignorance is strength.
Thumper Bunny immediately jumps up and sprints towards the rendezvous point.
I follow.
Fluffy Till will turn to Shock Olet and say, another glorious day in the service of friend computer and Alpha Complex.
I'm sitting there playing a game and like sure. I get up and slowly follow along.
For being the one playing the first one to use her tick. One perversity point goes to Chocolate. Does anyone know how to get to Sector B and Y? I think one person does, but he left already.
I approach my nearest comrade.
Do I know the
closely.
direction which he's going? Have I seen the direction?
Oh, you saw him running out into the hallway.
Well, I'll follow in that direction then. Hopefully I'll catch up. So I'll move at some speed.
Yep. Peeps will stick his head out the door. And
Thumper Bunny is standing in front of a giant hole in the floor. And there's a hole in the ceiling that matches it. And there's a sign, experimental transport tube. Please, one at a time, wait for the red light.
Thumper Bunny's running in place next to the hole, waiting for the red light.
The red light is not on yet. And as you all gather in front of this giant hole in the floor, you hear and all the lights go out, including, well, there's still no red light at the hole.
And then Peep says, all right, well, while we're all waiting here in service of friend computer, let's do an equipment inspection.
In the dark?
All equipment inspections must be done promptly.
Thumper Bunny is going to shoot egg roll for questioning the equipment officer.
It's kind of dark. You kind of shooting in that general direction? Yeah, go ahead. Fire a laser blast. In the general direction of somewhere.
Combat laser.
Oh, impressive roll there. Very impressive roll. As you fire your weapon with a 19. Remember, rolling low is important, not high. You go to fire your weapon, but it's right about the time Peeps Are Bad was actually grabbing for it, for the equipment check. You lose your balance and plummet into the hole. You're falling right now. We'll get back to you in a minute. You're still falling. I'll let you know if you stop falling.
Sweet.
And then the lights come on, and you see a red ring appear around this hole. And then you see Thumper Bunny rocket straight back up the hole, through the hole in the ceiling.
We shall continue this equipment inspection after we've fulfilled friend computer's orders of taking the transportation tube.
I was merely suggesting I have a flashlight that might have helped.
I mean, that probably would have been useful. But who's stepping in next?
Peeps, since he was standing right next to it because he was right by Thumb.
Mm-hmm.
He'll just
make an agility roll,
jump
please.
in.
Hit your agility button for me. I'm just curious. We're starting it off with a bang. Thumper, you're rocketing up somewhere. You think it's up? It feels like it's up. Could be sideways.
I am moving in whatever direction friend computer feels is.
Where do I find agility?
It's under your skills. It's a sub skill of, I believe, violence.
Yeah.
It has been located.
See, that's proper. Not even knowing your character sheet is not a traitorous action. That's actually very proper. Well, let's see here. Oh, a 20. That's a bad roll, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh, yes. Very bad roll. Yeah, it is correct. As you step into it, the light goes out and you plummet. Thumper, you're plummeting as well. And then the light goes on, but it didn't go on the ceiling. So Thumper is plummeting. Peeps Are Bad is rocketing upwards. And then there's a loud splat as the two impact in this tube. We have our first deaths of the groups. And it is, of course, Peeps Are Bad. You are now going to be on Clone 2. And let me find Thumper Bunny here.
I have to say, am I on Clone 2 now?
Oh, yes. With a sickening crunch, you collide. And even if you survive that, the damage you've done to friend computer's equipment is still a traitorous activity. And
I'll
as they
shoot
crunch,
myself for it.
they bash into this metallic thing, and suddenly the light goes on red and stays red, allowing the rest of you to step into this tube if you're brave enough. Well, you have to.
Vito will step forward. I just wanted to note, was that Psy Peeps Are Bad in character?
Yes.
Duly noted.
Mm-hmm.
And Fluffy Tool will stand in the tube and
Peeps,
wait to see
you will
what
get
happens.
your perversity point for that one,
Ooh, okay.
because that's your tick is sighing a lot. And as you step into this, well, unfortunately, you get a lot of gore on you because there's blood everywhere.
We must step in like a landmine.
And you all,
Oh, this is quite unhygienic. I'll have to report to Dinner Ham after this is done.
rocket up through it. Here's the curious part. You see where you're supposed to get off coming ahead, but you don't seem to be slowing. And a sign is actually in the tunnel that says, step off in 12 seconds. Agility rolls again.
Yeah.
Is that for also the recently?
No, you're already dead. Don't worry. I'll introduce you in a minute.
Me
Hey,
too,
look
I
at that.
assume?
Nice. Agility roll is under violence. Egg roll. You managed to perform. Let's see, you got an 11. You managed to come out and slip out. Now, Chocolate, you managed to pull off like a double backflip and arc out of it with your wonderful 3 you rolled. Well done. She is obviously skilled at stepping out of these new experimental tubes. Still need the agility roll from Fluffy Tail and Dinner Ham. Fluffy Tail?
Dinner Ham hasn't even left the room yet.
Fluffy Tail, you still in the other room? Well, Dinner Ham, you're screwed. I'll get to you in a minute in the other room. We're going to have fun with that one. Fluffy Tail, you managed to actually spring off the wall, spring off Chocolate's back, and pull a perfect landing in front of Chocolate. Egg roll, I don't know what you think of that going on. Dinner Ham, you're still sitting there back at the meal room.
Yeah, I didn't know I was in the meal room. That's why I hadn't left. I didn't know we were all in the same room.
Dinner Ham,
So-
please
Please tell me.
report to the nearest liquidation chamber for retraining. That's what
Very
comes
well.
up on your computer wrist thing.
Does it give me directions to the nearest one?
Oh, there's one in every room in this place.
Okay, so I immediately approached the liquidation chamber.
And it says re-education is ready. Please step into the chamber.
So I step into the chamber.
And a voice comes on. Greetings, citizen. You have been selected for an amazing re-education course. Remember, re-education is happiness. Happiness is loyalty. Always be loyal. Please have a nice day. And then the machine, all the walls instantly crush in at once, squishing you to a pulp. And, well, you're not here to hear it, but afterwards it says, please clean up the mess behind you. It is disloyal to leave a mess behind for the next citizen to use the chamber. Have a nice day. So we'll come back to you, Thumper Bunny and Peeps. Let me up your increment here, Dinner Ham. You should always assume you're with them at dinner time. I got to find Dinner Ham. There we go. Dinner Ham. You are at number 2 as well. So as you step out onto this platform, you're actually met by Vulture Security, green clearance soldiers. You could tell this by their giant green uniforms that have a vulture picture on it, who's also green. Consistency is key. You the troubleshooter, citizens?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
All praise, friend computer.
All praise
Friend
friend.
computer.
Indeed.
Indeed.
You seem to be missing a few troubleshooters.
I believe some of them met with rather unfortunate accidents, of which I'm now slightly marred. I'll have to report to our hygiene officer once they manage to make it.
They're dysfunctional. They're being repaired.
You all hear, 3 of you hear a very odd noise coming down the corridor. Sounds like an auto car that the brakes need changed. It's a high-pitched squealing, scraping, metallic kind of sound. And you can see the sparks coming your way at a high rate of speed.
I step back, clear from the yellow line.
Anyone else moving?
No, I'm too busy paying attention to my phone. I'm too busy paying attention to my game.
Okay, you're going to enjoy that perversity point because you've earned it for what's about to happen to you. Because that noise is a clone insertion car. Seems to be malfunctioning a bit. The brakes are not working. And it slams into Chocolate and the 2 guards. Not you, Egg Roll. You managed to get out of the way. Fluffy Tail, you got lucky because of that springboard off Chocolate's back. You managed to not be at the path of where it came through. And it plows through the two guards and Chocolate and then slams into the experimental tube, leaving a fine red mist over everybody. And then you hear clone ejection initiated. And Thumper Bunny, Peeps, and Dinner Ham get dumped into a messy pile in the floor. Apparently the ejection just means a lever falls out and pushes them out of the thing onto their face.
Oh, there you are. I assume you still remain at a high level of happiness, considering you've just been cloned.
Yes,
Oh.
of course.
I immediately see all of the gore on everybody, and I shoot the hygiene officer for not upholding hygiene standards.
Okay, go ahead. That is a valid point. You're supposed to always be
God
clean.
damn it.
A 17. That's very, very impressive as you fire your laser. And it goes off. You missed him. You do manage to shoot the auto car, which then starts spraying some sort of red gas into the hallway.
I mean, I'm immediately going to move back from that.
If I fire back with a napalm grenade at him.
Wow. Okay. Well, then I guess you're going to roll thrown. Oh, and a 19. That's wonderful for you too, Dinner Ham.
I'm more like dinner bacon now.
You throw the napalm grenade. Unfortunately, the gas has thrown you off a bit. And you do manage to drop it into your utility belt after you pulled the pin from pulling it out of your utility belt, in which case it goes off in your utility belt, and you now have a flaming Dinner Ham flambe. Dinner Ham is now flambe.
Do I get anyone with me, though?
No, you're burning right now. You haven't died yet.
Peeps are bad. Is that-
Hygiene officer, don't you think it would be best to put that out after all that burning flesh can't be very hygienic?
It's important to note while this is happening, Thumper Bunny is running in place, like going back and forth between running in place and doing jumping jacks with a big wide grin on.
You can have a perversity point.
And Peeps is just going to go, ha, and he'll pull out his gun. And pull out his gun. The team leader has apparently decided you are a traitor and fire.
Anyone else taking pot shots at Dinner Ham? Feel free to roll if you want to take a pot shot at Dinner Ham. Sorry, flambe.
That's probably the most humane thing you can do right about now.
I see you rolled a skill there. What were you rolling it for, Egg Roll?
I wanted to assess the situation and see like if the napalm was a threat, if the red gas was a threat. So I
The
wanted
red
to be out
gas-
of the range.
The red gas appears to be happy fun gas that's used on red clearance citizens when there's a riot in progress.
Is it harmful? Is it going to hurt anyone? Am I in danger?
That's a relative term. It works very well to put down a riot.
So I back away from it, all of that mess as much as possible.
Some of the citizens drool on themselves. Some of them end up comatose. Some end up brain damaged. Some end up clone recycled. And some lead productive lives, normally working in the mess hall.
Very bad use of skills.
Still smoldering, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you're still burning a bit. I'm checking here to see what we got here. Comic Book Joker, you fire, which ignites the happy fun gas, which Dinner Ham happened to be standing in, so he's even more on fire.
Oh, look, all this fire to cleanse him of the mess.
I think you're pretty clean now, Dinner Ham. And Dinner Ham,
I'm bacon at this point.
you get one more action, Dinner Ham. Feel free. What are you going to do before you finish and expire from a fiery death? You haven't
I'm
even
gonna
made the
throw another-
briefing room.
I'm going to go ahead and throw one more napalm grenade. And that's an 11?
You're in a field of fiery gas, throwing a napalm grenade while you're on fire. Do you think this is going to end well?
At this point, I'm dead anyway. So
See, Egg Roll, you managed to step back. Peeps are bad, step back, Thumper Bunny. Chocolate, you're still distracted, but thankfully, you're dead, actually. We're waiting for you to return after being plowed. Fluffy Tail, you're commenting on it. Let's see who dies. Let me roll the die and check here. I'm rolling to see who dies. Okay, now that I've seen who dies. Thumper Bunny, he actually managed to put the grenade on you. And you both burn up in a fiery death. So we're going to increment Dinner Ham's clone again. You might want to try to make it to the actual briefing here soon before computer decides you haven't made it to the briefing in an appropriate time.
I assume I died
Peeps
too.
is gonna
Excellent.
start looking around. Does anybody have a box?
A box?
We can't leave these messes here.
That's the duty of hygiene officers. Why would you think about?
I mean, equipment
That
guy,
is part of your
you could use your toolbox.
Oh yes, I do have a box. I'm going to collect the remains of both Thump and Dinner.
Whilst this is happening, Fluffy Tull is gonna use like his digital device to see if he can find a map that can find their way to the briefing room.
Well, you're in the BNY sector. I'm pretty sure you could just follow the yellow arrows.
Then Fluffy Tull will do exactly that for the time being.
So
Come on, this way.
we're waiting for Chocolate, Thumper Bunny, and Dinner Ham.
Yep.
The rest of you, are you following? Who's following Fluffer Bunny or Fluffy Tail? Who's going to follow Fluffy Tail?
I will.
I am going to wait to collect these remains and wait for team leader like a good member of a squad.
Okay, so Egg Roll and Fluffy Tail, you all make it to the briefing room. Peeps Are Bad is waiting behind. When you get in the briefing room, Chocolate, Thumper Bunny, and Dinner Ham are actually already sitting in the briefing room. Their clones were inserted directly to the briefing room because that's where you needed to be. Peeps Are Bad, on the other hand, you're not at the briefing room. So we'll come back to you in a minute while you're gathering these up. I'm sure you have something to do with your toolbox while you're doing that.
Yep, I'm just
Gathering and, yeah.
Yeah.
A voice comes in the briefing room. You don't even see the people because you're in a column of light and it's all dark. Good evening, troubleshooters. We've gathered. Wait a minute. There's 6 of you. Where's one of you? Fuck. Team
I'll
leader,
get it.
please report where your other member is.
Team leader will walk out out the doorway and look around for Peeps Are Bad.
Peeps Are Bad standing right by the bodies down the hall.
I am
Strangely
going
missing
to-
a toolbox.
I am going to shoot at Peeps Are Bad for not joining the rest of the team.
Okay. Go ahead. This has worked out so well for you so far for shooting each other. Now, the odd part about all this. The odd part about all of this is when you clones come back, you come back with the same exact equipment. Oh, dear God. I see Urian has influenced the game for us today. Unfortunately, it seems that your clone disposal, somebody gave you a malfunctioning weapon. It seems the barrel is pointed, it's marked the wrong direction is out. So it shot the gun and the gun explodes in your hand.
How do,
Peeps is-
how, sorry, how do I attack?
You just
Oh, I was
click,
gonna
go up to the combat page of your skill, of your character sheet, and click next to whatever weapon you want to use to attack. There's a little attack button.
Yeah.
You can either hit attack or you can just hit GM. Pick one. If you want to, antagonize and taunt your fellow players, hit the attack button. If you just want to be secret, sneaky snake, hit GM.
I just want to say, like, when the gun explodes, Peeps, with stuffing his equipment back in various pockets and areas on him after clearing out the toolbox, he'll be like, That sounds like an equipment malfunction. We need to do an equipment check. And he starts running back to the team.
Who are you shooting, Egg Roll?
I'm shooting Thumper Bunny.
Okay.
I'm going to go to Thumper Bunny behind his back and I say, "You are a failure." And I shoot him. I shoot him good.
Let's see. It's a wounded wound. So let's go. It starts at wounded. It's for every 3 additional success or 3 under your target number. You push it 1. Oh yeah, that's called killed.
Teleport a grenade to Egger Roll with the pin removed.
Go ahead, try that. As Thumper Bunny,
Can I use
you're dead.
acrobatics? Can I backflip and throw off his range?
So let me kill Thumper Bunny real quick because that was a perfect shot. Well shot, by the way. I'm going to give you a perversity point just for being the first one who rolled that low on a combat check. Because it's not been good for everybody here. Thumper Bunny, are you going to make it to the mission?
Time will tell.
Oh, wow.
He roll good.
Yeah, right while you're sitting there, Egg Roll.
I do have armor, right?
Yeah, you do. Metal plate and your reflect armor.
And
Of
I can't
course.
backflip out of it or dodge or roll?
You feel your utility pouch get heavier suddenly? He has
Okay.
teleported, well, you don't know who did it. Someone has teleported a napalm grenade into your pouch. And you erupt in flame. Now, because it's in your pouch and you got a metal plate, I'm going to give you 2 rounds before you expire in a mass of flames. But you just had a napalm grenade that you know you don't have go off.
All right, I'm gonna start taking off my flaming clothes, and I'm gonna say, "Computer, unauthorized use of weaponry and killing a loyal officer. Dinnerham is a traitor."
I'm sorry. Why are you looking at me?
Didn't you throw it at me? I saw that, right?
No, it
Peeps are
teleported.
bad.
This
Oh,
is
sorry.
It was Peeps
My
are
bad.
bad who did it.
All right, so then I'm
only
just
But
suspicion.
there's only been
it-
one person who's used a napalm grenade so far.
yeah, true that.
And not to mention, Peeps actually has his hands full with his toolbox.
You need hands to teleport.
All this suspicion to me seems like possibly a manifestation of substandard
I-
morale.
Suddenly,
I
I'm going
agree.
to have to administer everyone with PSDs.
We could do that. And while we're at it, just to see if we can get to the bottom of this, we can do an equipment check.
there's a whirring motion in the briefing room.
I asked Frank Computer for a new change of wardrobe.
As you're burning. Actually, because your
I'm
first
taking it off,
reaction was
right?
taking everything off,
Mhm.
your uniform is burned up. You're out of uniform, but you're not dying yet.
But I'm out of uniform.
But you're out of uniform because you're supposed to wear red at all times, and you're decidedly not red-skinned.
I know. So
You hear tank treads entering the briefing room. It's a Mark V warbot.
Uh.
Citizens
What a
are out
lovely
of
piece of
uniform.
equipment.
Termination authorized. Unfortunately, Mark Vs are not known for, well, they don't have pinpoint weapons. They have area effect weapons.
I'm moving away from that thing.
don't I have a massive weapon of mass destruction?
I mean,
You have the skill for it, and you're facing one.
Did I roll for something here?
Go ahead. Roll your weapons of mass destruction skill. I kind of like that idea. Let's roll it and see what happens.
And that would be in my
It's under
Combat?
your specials. Actually, it's under secrets.
secrets.
Yep. It's under unhealthy and secrets.
Is equipment on fire right now?
You took all that off. Oh yeah, that's great. Your skill roll, you rolled a 6. You're way under it. Your knowledge of weapons of mass destruction tells you you're fucked. Everybody in this room is fucked. Even the briefing officer is fucked. You're all about to be tac nuked by a warbot. And in the warbot, discharges said tac nuke.
Oh,
They're not known for pinpoint accuracy. They shoot tac nuke grenades. The range is further than the warbot. Oh, by the way, you also know the warbot is fucked from his own tac nuke.
I mean, I was going to try and do some bot programming, but it's a bit late for that.
Well, it's unacceptable. I'm out of uniform. I'm disloyal.
Well, you're blown up too now. You're good. Don't worry. We're going to increment everybody's clones again. You know, getting killed this many times before the briefing is a record for even around here. I have to say, this is rather impressive. And for being the last one in this group to get killed in any way, shape, or form, actually, Fluffytail, you haven't died either, have you?
No.
Both of you get a perversity point. Why not?
Nice.
Thank you.
I mean, you got to award some survival somehow. I don't even think Chocolate understood that the death was coming. Playing on the phone again.
No. Too busy playing my game.
Yep. And then boom. So your clones are dispatched. Oddly enough, you get all your stuff back. For anyone, I know nobody in this group has anything treasonous. Somehow all your treasonous gear also is given back to your clone. I mean, it's treasonous. You don't know how this happens. It's the oddest damn thing. But you actually come in to ESR sector in a new briefing room. Troubleshooters, you're here for your briefing. Sorry that the previous briefing officer has met with an unfortunate demise. It seems he was caught in a tac nuke blast. Give me that mic. Fuck you. Give me the mic. Give me that. Shut up. And you start hearing somebody fighting over the mic for the briefing. You hear a laser blast. You still can't see where it's coming from. Please excuse the previous briefing officer. He was not cleared to give this briefing. Greetings, troubleshooters. I've gathered you here for a mission of utmost importance to Friend Computer. It seems there is a traitor in Sector BNY. The traitor. Wow. Covering up the screen is treason. We're going to have to shoot one of our chat viewers. You please report to the nearest liquidation trailer for summary execution for covering up the stream with my own alert box. Much love for that one. That was a new one. I hadn't done that before yet. It seems we have found a traitor goes by the name East R. Bunny. He is obviously a communist as he is giving out free Easter eggs to everybody. Friend Computer does not know what an Easter egg is. He does not know what a bunny is. Obviously, that makes him a traitor. Communist plot. You must go and find this horrible mutant and terminate him. Immediately.
Eliminating mutant commie traitors is mandatory for happiness. We will do as you ask, Friend Computer.
Hail, Friend
Super
Computer.
Bunny salutes and is still running in place.
Getting happy thoughts already.
Please, before you report to your mission, we have learned that R&D has a brand new batch of products for you to test in order to capture this traitor, specially designed just for this mission. Please disregard any thoughts you may have that we knew about this traitor ahead of time so that we could develop these items. Friend Computer is never wrong. Please have a nice day.
All glory to Friend Computer.
All glory to Friend Computer.
Glory to
Friend
Friend Computer.
And then the room goes dark.
I'm going to whip out my flashlight and be like, okay, where's the exit here?
As soon as the flashlight hits Thumper Bunny, he has transitioned to push-ups.
Okay.
And Peeps pulls out his own flashlight. All right, equipment inspection time.
Okay, you're inspecting the equipment.
Yes.
Give me a check. Let's roll a check for this because I like making checks. Not that I care what you roll. I mean,
I actually am pushing a suggestion that we don't actually need to do an equipment check right now. But
Isn't it
peeps
the
are bad.
duty of the
it's funny.
equipment officer
It's funny he says
to-
that, Peeps, because the first one you checked was his weapon, and his barrel is not tightened to the required 3.5 screws. It was at 3. He was half a screw too loose on his weapon, his laser barrel. He's out of compliance.
Dear troubleshooter, you are out of compliance with your weapon. Please screw this screw one more half turn tighter in the next 10 seconds or face punishment for being out of regulation.
I see. So of course I go ahead and tighten up the barrel,
Okay.
the 1/2 screw.
Thank you.
Wow, and you didn't shoot him. Holy shit, I'm shocked. I'm giving you a perversity point because I expect you to shoot him for it. Fuck it. And so you are heading off to R&D. Now, R&D is easy to find. It's right next to the briefing room. Conveniently, R&D is almost always located next to the briefing room. Don't know why. Maybe because they're always looking for troubleshooters to test the newest
computer is always
dangerous or experimental equipment. And as you come in, there's a small fire in the corner of the room. And by small, I mean Burning Man-sized fire. Small one. There's a bunch of techs running around. They apparently don't have fire extinguishers. They're throwing infrared citizens on the fire to try to put it out. It doesn't seem to be working. There's a lot of screaming, but remember, ignore all screaming. There is no screaming. Have a nice day.
This has nothing to do with our briefing.
In steps. God, why he's a average height man. His hair is wild. I mean, wild. Every which way. He's white haired. You're the troubleshooters?
Yes.
Yes,
that is
sir.
us.
Reporting for duty.
I'm Doc B. Brown. Everyone just calls me Doc. Doc Brown. I got something for you. Hang on. Let me go. He walks off and he comes back with a crate. You're going to like this. Hang on. First of all, I got 2 of these. And he picks up 2 little baskets. These are the carrying baskets with shock absorbent strips. And the baskets are filled with like green strips of some material. They're thin, long green strips. They stick to each other. They fall out of the basket. It's really just unpleasant. Nobody likes it. Now, for the viewers out there, I'm going to let you know. Yes, I just handed them 2 Easter baskets with that nasty green plastic fucking grass in it. You're going to need these. And he puts them down because of these, and he gently pulls out 2 cardboard cartons. These are the big attack demonstration against bad operating obvious mutants. I call them bada boom. Now, they're dangerous. They're volatile. If you jar them too hard, they might go off. That's why you have the shock absorbing. So I'm putting them in here. And he puts one carton in each basket. Who's taking the baskets?
I'll take the baskets.
Well volunteered.
You can't take both. He hands
I leave
one to
it
Peeps.
the equipment officer to distribute the
Okay.
equipment.
Peeps, who are you giving these baskets to?
I will keep one for myself because I am the equipment officer, and I can think of no person who would be better off with this than our team leader.
Who's doing
I'll take-
exercising and jumping around constantly with highly volatile. Great. Make a note that you have these. I'll remember this for later.
This cannon poorly.
Yes, loyalty officer.
I actually want to be recording this unauthorized use of exercise
Okay.
during briefing time.
Everyone's personal recorder has their own little mini camera so that you can use for the historical documentary, of course, for Friend Computer. He pulls out their gray, kind of fluffy looking things. They're boots of some kind, but they're kind of a gray boot and they've got like a white ring around it. Now, of course, he holds these up. Oh, wait. I've got spray paint. We'll paint them the right color. These are super hot boots. They let you jump fast distances. Just as I designed them now. Perfect for hunting down and getting ahead of a traitor. Please distribute these, equipment officer.
I'll take these and I will give them to the happiness officer. Here you go.
Oh, why, thank you. This
You are
vastly
very
improves
welcome.
my happiness.
And he pulls out a can of yellow spray paint
I'm
and he spray
so
paints them.
glad.
He spray paints them yellow. Now they are yellow super hop boots. And I'm going to point out the ceiling in these places are about 12 feet tall in most of Alpha Complex. Enjoy your super hop boots. Because, okay, now here's a new one. He pulls out, it's a round, it seems to be made of some sort of fabric or something. This is the total attack invisibility loci. You strap it to your rear, and if you get attacked, it throws up a screen that makes it so nobody can see where you are. And it's got like a little waistband. It hooks right onto your belt. It's a nice fluffy tail. Who gets the fluffy tail?
I will
I
give
volunteer.
this. You already have the boots, officer.
But participation in mandatory testing is
But we must
bettering
ensure
our happiness.
everybody has the opportunity to test everything so that everybody can be happy.
I do see the point in your logic.
Yes, I am going to hand the tail to Chuck.
Chocolate, you now have the fluffy tail to wear.
All right.
And he reaches in and he pulls out their giant, like long ears, the oddest looking thing. This is the Trader Talk listening enhancers. You wear them on your head. Don't mind the screws. That screws it into your head to keep it steady. And you can hear any nearby Trader Talk. It's a nice big
I'm
set of
gonna
bunny
volunteer
ears.
for that. I'm going to volunteer to test those.
Very well, I will hand them to Dinnerham.
And then the tech promptly walks over with his multi-tool and screws them into your skull. Give yourself a snafu wound as you have these things surgically, well, I'm not going to say surgically, sorry, mechanically implanted into your skull. Not very surgical.
But of course it's surgical. He followed Friend Computer's protocols. It has to be surgical.
He pulls out next. It's a jumpsuit, kind of like what you're used to wearing, except because this is the Tactical Adaptive Invisibility Logistics suit. It's unrelated to the other tail. This is tails, not tail. Don't confuse them. Great Scott, don't confuse them. But if you put it on, it camouflages you from any traders in the area so that you can avoid and document the traders' activity.
I volunteer for that.
That is excellent because I was going to give it to you anyway, Egg.
And the guy hands you,
You're very good at your job.
he hands you looks to be about 600-page manual that goes with how to operate it. Now, there's only one button on the suit when you put it on, but you get a 600-page manual on how to operate the suit.
Don't lose the manual, Egg.
Make sure you document our documentation.
Okay. I put it on. I start documenting how it fits, how it feels. Is it the right color? Am I in any violation if I have it on?
Right now, it adapts to the color of your jumpsuit, so it turns red right now. You haven't hit the button yet. When you're ready to test it, you can feel free.
Thank you. I will take your advisement.
He pulls out one last thing. It's a bucket. And he holds up, this is the Evisceracing Guardian Granules. And it's about an oval-shaped object about this big. They're candy-coated to ease them going down. Swallow one of these before, after, during combat, and it keeps the stuff inside from coming outside and your outsides from coming inside. Real handy in hunting traders. And we made sure the candy coats, you can swallow them easy.
Most excellent. It sounds like everybody gets one of these.
And you all get, I'll give two to each of you.
Yay!
of the eggs. That's all we've got for testing. So make sure you document. Don't break any of this equipment. This is valuable stuff. Cutting edge of technology. Cutting edge. Now I'm going to say, Chocolate, there's no button for your fluffy tail. You don't know how it activates.
I assume based on the description, it'll activate automatically.
And I'm
Push
sure
the
there'll be
button.
nothing wrong with that activation.
Of course not. Friend computer makes no mistakes.
So you all gather up. Thumper, have you stopped exercising?
No, so once he got the basket of eggs, he started going to lunges because he can keep them a little steadier.
Okay, one's ticking. Just letting you know. It's ticking.
And I was handed them by the equipment officer, so
Nothing's happened yet, so we're just letting it tick for a little while. Don't worry.
I make sure to stay nice and close to everybody.
Can I hear this ticking?
Oh, yeah. Everyone can hear it's ticking. It's not a very
Can I-
soft ticking. It's a very loud ticking.
Don't I have like a skill that'll help me identify what that could be? Or
Go ahead. If you think you got a skill to roll for it, go ahead, roll for it. I don't know what skill it is. I'm sure you'll find one. Come up with something plausible, and I'll let you roll it.
okay,
Or you can just roll base hardware. That always works.
engineer, account engineer, engineer.
Oh, you rolled a critical one. First of all, I'm giving you a perversity point for getting a 1. Enjoy your perversity point. Secondly, it's a timer for a delayed fuse detonation device. You know that exact timer. You've heard it before many times. It's only used on explosive devices.
And who has it?
It's in Thumper's basket.
And how close am I to Thumper?
You're in the R&D room with him. Now, the problem
Do
is,
Within detonation range, I promise you.
you know
That's what
these
I'm
things.
asking.
These things have a timing that can be anywhere from 1 second to 4 day cycles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it could go off at any point, at any time. Most likely not in the worst possible time. Trust me.
Well, it would be disloyal not to waste such a valuable asset at this moment. So I let our team leader know what I suspect due to the training and education from Friendly Computer.
And
of
Doc
course.
Brown goes, "Great Scott!" and runs out of the room.
I immediately look to
clearance.
I immediately look to equipment officer. Were we given any information about this possibility?
I will check my equipment logs. You stay right here. And
But I know how to
Peaks will go-
deactivate it.
and Peaks will leave the room as he goes to check his equipment logs.
Okay, Peeps or Bad has left the room as this ticking goes on.
But I know how to deactivate it.
With your 1, sure, you got a 1. I'll let you have that one. I like that roll. Sure, you know how to deactivate it. That's going to be a nuclear engineering
Okay.
or weapons of mass destruction. Feel free.
I'll do nuclear. If I can find this.
Your weapon of mass destruction is a much higher skill.
Oh, okay. Now, how do I get to that again?
It's under
Do I,
secrets. It's your secret
Yeah,
tab.
it's under skills. Yeah, towards
Wow.
the bottom, knowledge skills.
You have a 15 or lower to roll for your weapons of mass destruction. You get an 18. You have detonated this thing, and a hissing goes off. You all have breathed, everybody but Peeps who left the room, breathed some sort of gas. I'll get back to you in a minute with what the gas does when it affects you.
There you go.
I leave the egg in the basket, because or wherever egg roll left it when he was done diffusing it.
And your logs show
Um,
nothing about the device. But you did hear a hiss, Peeps. Now, when Peeps Are Bad comes back in the room, all of you in the room, he's glowing.
Who?
Peeps Are Bad, when he comes back in the room from checking his logs, he's growing, we're going to say he's growing violet.
I am going to shoot him as a obvious commie mutant traitor.
I'm also going to shoot at him.
You're not cleared for
Because
violet.
Communist because he's handing everything out to everybody, but then also because he's glowing, which is obviously mutant.
And he's not authorized to glow violet.
Oh, wait, you told him to hand out everything to everybody.
But he's still glowing violet.
Yeah, you can get him for that.
So go ahead and roll. Jesus Christ.
I fucking hate roll 20.
You got a 19.
I also mentioned I was going to fire at him.
Go ahead and roll.
Or not.
With your 19, when you go to shoot him.
No.
Jesus. Okay, you go to shoot him. Whatever this gas is doing, because Dinnerham got a 20, whatever this gas is doing has caused your depths of perception and sense of reality to shift a bit. You managed to shoot Dinnerham, who also managed to shoot you at the same time.
I might add with a napalm grenade.
Yeah.
So, Dinnerham and Thumper Bunny managed to murder each other.
Well, number 5.
I would like to push the button and just run out the room if I'm not dead.
Now, I'm going to let you know, Chocolate, when this lasers go off, you hear poof, and all you see is white. Everyone else sees this big white tail has grown to be about 10 feet in diameter all around her. You can't see where she is. She's completely camouflaged in this giant field of cotton. This big cotton ball that surrounds her now. But you don't see her.
I mean, Fluffy Till will start trying to roll the cotton ball out of the room.
Okay, so you're rolling Chocolate. Now, Peeps, you're still glowing violet to them, not to you. Egg Roll, you still see Peeps Are Bad as glowing violet. But you said you were setting off one of the things in the basket. It's hard to tell what each one is. You activated something random in there. And you run out of the room. Peeps, what are you doing while, you see Thumper Bunny and Dinnerham killed each other? You see Chocolate turned into a fluffy ball, and Fluffy Tail is pushing the fluffy ball out of the room.
I am going to step aside from the cottontail and wait until I can get into the room with Dinnerham and Thumper.
Well, unfortunately, as the fluffy tail comes out, you get in the room just in time for the high explosive egg to go off. That egg roll set off. Egg roll, you're in the hallway. Chocolate, your fluffy tail absorbs the blast amazingly. Knocks you way down the hallway, carrying Fluffy Tail with you. As you bounce down the hallway, Fluffy Tail, go with a wounded status, please.
Okay.
You're wounded. Egg Roll, you managed to avoid it because you were the first one to take off running like a madman. Peeps Are Bad, you don't survive the blast. So we're going to increment your clone. Never go back in the room when there's an explosion, please. Actually, you're testing it. I think the test is quite well. I think this is going amazing for everybody. Good thing.
There's no way I could have grabbed Peeps while I was running to pull him out with one of my
You know what? I will let you roll agility. Go ahead.
Thank you. I got one of these points here. What do you keep giving me? These perversity points?
Perversity points. You can say how many you want to use ahead of time to raise or lower whatever you happen to roll.
I'll use 2.
Okay. So now you can't critically fail and end up dying with them. Good thing you did that. You rolled a 19. That would have been death for you, but it turns it to a 17. You try to grab Peeps Are Bad, but you managed to grab the violet glow that kind of you see trail behind him. You survived still. Peeps Are Bad still died, but you lived. So you all need to go find the Easter Bunny here at some point. We're waiting for some clone reinsertions as Chocolate, Fluffy Tail, and Egg Roll. Damn, Egg Roll, you're surviving an awful lot. This is failure on my part, apparently. Yes.
While that Thumper Bunny, we're waiting on his clone too, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sending in my data that I've collected, detailing all of the treacherous things that I saw.
Computer makes a note, adding it to those troubleshooters' records. We will expand upon this during the debriefing scene. Have a nice day cycle, loyalty officer.
Of course, hail-friendly computer.
Now, this time I'm going to be nice. There's no rocketing clone car. There's no... You're laughing. What, I can't be nice? No. You all actually drop through for the ceiling with your replacement clones. I can be generous. Friend Computer is benevolent. You do twist your ankle, give yourself a snafu, peeps, for doubting that Friend Computer could do something so kind as to insert you correctly. You get a snafu wound.
Understood, Friend Computer.
And you all have gathered out here. Now, you know, somewhere in Sector B and Y, which is next door, because Thumper Bunny, you know where that is. By the way, when you're reinserted, all your R&D gear is on your body. You don't know where they got spares. Complete with Dinner Ham having it screwed into his clone skull. But there's spares for you to have with you.
I feel it's important to verify. Do I have all of the eggs back?
Yes.
Is the egg that was previously ticking again?
No, it's not. But they're all marked the same. So you can't really tell them apart.
Okay. But there's none of them ticking at this point.
No, none is ticking
Okay.
yet.
So yeah, I'm moving around in long lunges, like the deep lunges. They look uncomfortable.
Okay, I'll make a note of that one. And you all...
Fluffy,
Peeps is going to
Fluffy
try
Tail.
to do what he did earlier, what he wanted to do earlier, and collect some of the remains of of Thump and Den.
Well, you managed to get in there. Oh, by the way, Egg Roll and Chocolate and Fluffy Tail, after you get back together, Peeps is no longer glowing violet. You don't know why he was glowing violet, though you do feel there's small, there's like little yellow spiders that seem to be crawling and moving around on you once in a while, but then they disappear, and then it feels like it's raining on you, and then that disappears, and then somebody's tickling you, and then that disappears. You seem to be hallucinating a bit with whatever that gas was, because you haven't died yet. So feel free to make up anything you wish to have seen in your hallucination. It's up to you. I will let you decide what you're hallucinating. Enjoy.
I mean, Fluffy Tail is going to see a lot of frowning at the moment.
Bullshit.
It's like almost his worst nightmare. And he's going to insist upon first pre-planned spontaneous activity.
Pre-planned spontaneous activity. And what is your pre-planned spontaneous activity?
Come on, everyone, let's have a sing-along. In the name of Friend Computer, troubleshooter, save the day. And he goes on like this for about 5 minutes, singing some kind of Friend Computer nationalist song.
Does everyone sing the nationalist song? Fluffy Tail.
Absolutely.
Thumper
Yes, of course.
Bunny will absolutely do it, but he the entire time while he's got the basket and doing the lunges is singing, so it's completely fucking ridiculous.
Fluffy Tail, about halfway through the song, all they heard from you was with the tail suddenly retracts, and you're suddenly there again, and you've got the tail back on your back. It's a little singed, but it's still there.
Okay. What I'm seeing is just my game writ large in front of me, and I'm just playing it while kind of humming along to the song.
I like that one. I want a perversity point for that, for you playing the giant communist crush, which is like Candy Crush, but you know, communists are in it. You're crushing them. Screen in front of you that no one else can see as you're poking at it and making combo moves.
I'd like to take note, by the way, while I'm singing, of course, I'm tracking on my mini computer that Peeps Are Bad is taking genetic samples, something a guy in his role would not be doing.
Now make a note of that. You'll have to remember that for the briefing.
I am also taking note of the fact that the documentation officer hasn't documented a single damn thing the entire time.
So you have to get to BNY sector again. It's right next door. I assume you all are going to head out that way, maybe? Kind of?
Yeah, Thumper will lead everybody in that direction with the wide, deep lunges.
And as you're moving to BNY sector, now a map appears on your personal computer. Friend computer has spotted treasonous activity in sector BNY. Please report to this location. And it looks like, for once, it's a real location. It looks like it actually doesn't lead through a wall. There is a small sewer pipe you have to go through, but other than that, it seems to be a nice, clear shot. You all head to sector BNY. When you get there, the first thing you hear is screaming. Citizens, do not be alarmed. There is no screaming in sector BNY. Please go about your business. Everything is usual. And then you hear slug thrower noises from up ahead.
I activate the camera absentmindedly while I'm continuing to play my large version of Communist Crash.
Yes, egg roll. What you got?
I think I want to make sure I use like a hygiene or something to make sure my appearance is exactly how it should be.
Go ahead. There's a skill for that. There's actually a skill. It's under. Where did I see it? I know I saw it somewhere. Or maybe there's not a skill. Oh no, it's under management. There's a hygiene skill.
Yeah, I just rolled it.
Yeah. You try to clean yourself off from the sewer tunnel, but you rolled a 19. You just proceed to smear filth all over your gray, your bunny costume that you're in, that's your camouflage. Now, the filth goes on it and then it disappears again and then it's red and it's hard to tell. You actually look extremely bloody, but you're still in your proper color, at least. You're still red.
Oh, excellent.
Because it's camouflaged to match what's under it.
Friendly computer.
But
thank you, Egg, for putting your equipment through such thorough testing.
Loyal citizens.
Now the slug throwers have gone from that to there's explosions. Explosion so hard one of the Vendomatics shook nearby. Starts throwing out yummy yum bars, which are yellow clearance items.
20%.
No, those supposedly have no algae at all in them. Supposedly. Nobody asks what the other ingredient is that they replaced it with, but they're yummy yum bars. And you see, go ahead.
Does Fluffy Tail recognize these as yellow clearance items?
Oh yes, because they're in a yellow wrapper. It's quite clear. Because
then Fluffy Tail will say, "Stand back. These items are yellow clearance only. I will collect those."
Is it known? Like, are we allowed to have those, or are they considered contraband?
No, if you're yellow clearance or higher, you're allowed to have them.
Okay.
Are we higher than yellow clearance?
Nope, you're red. Red, orange, yellow is the only one in this group allowed to have them is Fluffy Tail. And he proceeds to gather, 20 bars.
Oh, couldn't chocolate also have them? Because
Nope, orange is lower.
Oh, orange. Oh.
Yep. Think of the rainbow,
right, yes.
Roy G. Biv.
Yeah, you are. Friend computer is correct. I was mistaken.
I shoot peeps are bad for questioning friend computer.
I stand in the way and I hold the gun at the leader. I'm like, we must ask questions.
Not a friend computer. And then I'm going to try to shoot egg roll too.
Okay, go ahead.
I shoot it first. All right.
An egg roll. Well, go ahead. First shoot. Go ahead, shoot. This is going to be funny. Let's see what you
I'm
roll.
going to do 2 separate ones just because I'm shooting 2 different people.
Okay, well, the first one's your one you shoot first before everyone else gets a shot at you. Yes, Dinnerham.
Yes!
Want to teleport a smoke grenade over at Peeps Are Bad?
You have a smoke grenade?
I do.
Okay. Sure.
Uh,
You got a 3. You finally hit something.
is there a chance that I could use agility?
Sure. Who did you shoot
Okay.
first, Thump?
Oh, I was pointed at Peeps Are Bad for questioning friend computer
Okay.
first.
Well, Peeps Are Bad. You get shot. That's
I
a
stood
3.
in
That's
his
a
way,
9.
right?
Yeah, but
Oh,
he
then I
rolled a
would've
3.
shot-
He rolled a 3. He managed to shoot past you. It actually nicked the button on your outfit, and it engages, and you just turned completely gray. You matched the walls in the place because every wall is gray here.
And then I'm doing the second one for...
But they get a response before then. Oh, yeah, that's a wonderful, wonderful roll there, Dinnerham. 20 on your power. That's great. You all see Dinnerham glow a bright blue. And then between his bunny ears lands a smoke grenade and goes off.
And I'm covered by smoke.
And that
So I
raised
would
them from
hit
the
the
wall.
button for
Dinnerham's a
camouflage,
commie mutant traitor.
Hang on, real
and I
quick.
would want to shoot Thunderbird.
Okay, you'll be able to shoot Thumper Bunny right back. Peeps Are Bad. That shot was so accurate, it blew your arm off. You're still alive. You just don't have an arm. One arm.
Okay. What? Do I need to change my health rating, friend computer?
Yeah, maimed. Put yourself at maimed. You're fine. It's a flesh wound. You've had worse.
Okay.
Let's see. Egg roll can roll back. Go ahead and fire back
And where my weapon
Yep.
skills?
under combat. Whatever weapon you
Combat.
plan to use, go ahead and click. You've got several choices. Wow. 20.
So now I am rolling my shoot to egg roll.
Oh, we're all gonna go bye-bye.
Yeah, because Egg roll managed to shoot your basket there, Thumper Bunny.
No.
But go ahead, shoot Thumper Bunny, shoot Egg roll. Go ahead, shoot back. Good luck trying. He's you just saw this laser blast come from this gray area that matches the wall. It's kind of hard to see.
But no, that was Dinnerham that was covered in smoke, wasn't
No,
it?
you activated Egg roll's bunny suit that turned him to match the wall. The camouflage. He is camouflaged as the wall.
Yeah, that Peeps is camouflaged. Dinnerham has smoke.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I'm camouflaged, right?
Egg roll is camouflaged with the bunny suit that you all that the Peeps gave him. Let's see. Thumper Bunny. Yeah, it doesn't save you. There's a massive combined explosion.
Oh, it's not about saving me. It's about punishing the traitors.
Yeah, except the explosion, it blows up Thumper Bunny, Peeps Are Bad, Egg Roll, and Dinnerham. Chocolate, your fluffy tail is engaged again. Or Chocolate's fluffy tail. And Fluffy Tail, you're blown down the hallway towards the source of the explosion, and it's not going to end well for you. But let's update some numbers here.
They've all committed treason at some point at this, so I don't feel as bad.
Egg Roll is still ahead on not losing all the clones yet. A 20, though, Jesus. I'm blaming Urian for all of this, and I've said the name twice this stream, so you know.
God damn you,
Oh.
Steve Perry.
Wow, last
We might
clone
as well
there.
invoke his name now because it's not gonna hurt us, right?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say we're already rolling like shit. So
We might as well invoke it. Embrace.
There we go. And as we wait for these clones to come back, Fluffy Tail, you are in a room that's going to be quite interesting in a minute. We'll come back to it. I think we're going to go to break right here. As we figure out, I wonder how many clones, one left for Dinnerham and Thumper Bunny, 2 left for Chocolate and Fluffy Tail, 1 left for Peeps Are Bad, yeah, and Egg
wanna
Roll
know.
winning the game so far.
Want to know?
So we will see everybody in about 10 minutes. Please enjoy and watch out for the insanity. Make sure you read important messages from Friend Computer during the break. They are important. You must read them. Failure to
don't
read them.
be a
It's
commie
treason.
mutant traitor.
That's right. Welcome back, citizens of Alpha Complex. I hope you all manage to get a drink, only approved for your clearance level, of course. Stretch your legs, take that rest cycle to use the appropriate clearance bathroom, please. All reports that the intake section of the red clearance bathroom is now discharging instead of intaking. Those are completely unfounded, and anyone spreading that rumor is treasonous. Also of note, anyone who uses those bathrooms is out of uniform because they're no longer red. Please, citizens, have a good day. Fluffy Tail, when we last were with this group of troubleshooters, you were heroically blown down the hallway into a room full of explosives. And
am I going to bounce?
It's funny, your foot does kind of make you bounce off the wall, and you bounce side to side, ricocheting down the hallway as your hop boot kicked in, careening side to side. I don't know, snafu wound. If you already have a snafu, just bump your wound level 1. That sounds good to me.
Okay.
As you rocket into a room that's filled currently with fire, and there's 2 citizens of Alpha Complex there. They are both wearing, well, they both have a yellow uniform with a yellow stripe, which puts them as a registered mutant of yellow clearance. And as soon as you come in the room, one of them looks at me, hey, I've seen that before. That's like when we forgot to put water in Buck Nasty's mama's bowl and she threw a fit. And the other one goes, what? No, it isn't. That's like that time we got that fur that I think it was made out of pubic hair. And the other one looks, fuck it. Let's kill him anyway. And these 2 individuals point their weapons at you as you finally stop careening off everything. Now, for the rest of you, who else? The rest of you are dead except for Chocolate, right? Chocolate, your
no,
tail.
Against the wall or something like that?
No, the rest of you got blowed up. We'll insert you into the scene in a second. Chocolate, your tail retracts. And you hear somebody shit-talking Fluffy Tail down the hallway. You have encountered the infamous jelly beans.
Well, I go down and make sure I can record everything that happens inside that room.
And as you come in the room, the 2 registered mutants seem to be arguing amongst themselves. Your mama's so fat, when she got in the pool, all the water came out. And the other one goes, yeah, but your mama's so ugly, she got in the bathtub, and the water said, hey, I'll wait.
Can I interest you 2, possibly, in some PSDs?
You can't interest us in shit. Man, you so dumb, somebody said it was chilly in the hallway, so you got a bowl.
Well, it doesn't seem like you 2 are happy, and he's going to pull out his laser pistol and try and shoot them.
Okay. And Chocolate's documenting the hate. They're jelly. They don't like anybody. They're hate. Go ahead and shoot.
Okay, combat. With my laser pistol. Oh,
16. With your laser pistol. Well, you fire a shot, but the scathing hate that they're applying on you makes you cringe inside a little because, well, I mean, they're bringing down your happiness, man. You're not as happy as you were. Man, his clone vat's so fat when it broke, gravy came out.
Were you saying something, Shanky?
I said, yeah.
Just
No, I said that your clone vat was so fat when it broke, gravy came out.
okay. Can I try shooting them again?
Go ahead.
Yes.
That's a nice shot. You managed to shoot one of the 2 jelly beans. Now, thankfully, you're a yellow troubleshooter and they're a yellow troubleshooter. So their reflect armor don't protect them against that shot. And The blast hits one. You got a 3. It's a nice shot. You managed to, you don't know how this little puny laser pistol does it, but you blew both his legs off. And the other one looks down at him. Matt, what are you doing, Matt?
I believe you are both mutant communist traitors. You are not maintaining viable levels of happiness. And I'll try and shoot the other one.
You took so many shots, you couldn't hit a room if you were in it. Oh, wait a minute, you're in a room. You still can't hit it. They haven't shot a damn thing, and there's this loud beeping noise is coming from, well, 4 corners of the room at the moment, where the flames are. Oh, wow, a 2. You shot the other one this time?
Yep.
You managed a 2. Nice shot, damn. You managed to blow his arm off, causing the laser pistol to shoot the other one. And it kills the first guy that had no arm or no legs left, puts it right through his head. And the first one goes, smells like burnt bacon in here now. What's bacon? It's your mama. It's got no arm.
You might very well think that. I couldn't possibly comment. And Fluffy Tails starts going out of the room to see if he can avoid what's going to happen next.
I'm going to follow Fluffy.
It's a good idea because suddenly from all 4 corners of the room, a hatch opens. And in rockets 4 troubleshooters at a high rate of speed through the flames. As you hurtle towards the jelly beans in the middle of the room. I need some agility rolls from Thumper, Peeps Are Bad, Dinner Ham, and Egg Roll. Let's see if you can... Oh, you're muted, so, you know, muting is treason.
Flying through the... we'll deal with that in a second. As I'm flying through the air, I want to pull out my knife and aiming it towards the jelly bean as I'm flying.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wow, nice roll, Dinner Ham. You managed to not even be on fire as you come through the flames. It's a double, you did a triple Lindy. You bounced all, you double hit off the hatch, bounced off the ceiling, jumped off the floor, and then managed to land on your feet and then jumped again and bounced off the ceiling and landed in front of both of them. Waiting on Egg Roll's agility roll, though. Damn, everybody rolling low.
If it's okay with UST, since I rolled so low, I'm going to do something extra with it.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to throw a grenade while I'm doing it.
Oh, Lord. You're going to telekinesis a grenade.
Yeah,
Great job. Or teleport a grenade. Great job. What grenade are you teleporting?
Oh, the pyro one.
Oh, the napalm again. That's great because you managed to teleport it. Let's see who I teleported at. Let me get a die. And as I'm carefully rolling and looking at it, it appears in the hallway, setting Chocolate and Fluffy on fire.
Oh, man. Well,
sorry that's what the die rolled. I'm sorry. It's y'all are on fire now. Egg Roll, you didn't try to agility roll. You just let yourself catch on fire and slam into the jelly bean?
No, I did do an agility roll, sir.
Oh, I see. You failed it.
I failed it.
Yeah. So
unauthorized use of smoking.
Yeah, you're definitely not authorized to be on fire for sure.
No.
As Thumper, you managed to spear one of the jelly beans right in the head. But it's at the same time that Egg Roll slams into you. Now, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to just give you both, I don't know. Let's get some good status effect here. What level of wound to give you? Maimed.
Jesus.
You're both legs you have broken legs, both of you. Just horribly broken. Bones sticking out. But remember, friend computer says you are still 60% functional. Complete the mission.
And then computer's always right.
So as soon as I fall to the ground, I'm doing like the low crawls using only my arm because that's the only exercise I can do.
And with a last gasp, the last jelly bean that you speared. Man, I hate all you motherfuckers. You're ugly. You stink. Fuck the computer. And then he dies. Jelly to the end. So, Chocolate and Fluffy, you're on fire. Fluffy, your tail expands. Now, unfortunately, it's already on fire, which adds to the fireball.
Just the point of note, Chocolate is the one with the fluffy tail.
Yeah, Chocolate's got well, you kind of, Fluffy Tail's also fluffy-tailed at this point because you're caught in the blast of the fireball that her tail created. Now you are both engulfed in this melting, it's not made of actual cotton. I think it's a polyester blend because it's just melting to you. You're just going to stand there and melt? Got it.
I mean, I'm going to try and roll around on the ground to try and put the fire out. No semblance of shame about that.
I'll let you put the fire out. Let's, I don't know. Should I maim you or wound you? I'll go with wounded for you two for now, but Chocolate, your uniform's not orange. Now it's a brownish color. And Fluffy Tail, yours is also a brownish color. You are out of uniform, and you don't have any spare uniforms. And because it was a polyester blend, it is all fused to your body. So while you're only wounded, we're counting it as maimed for your mobility because it's stiffening and it's solidifying, and it's awful hard to move when you have like a plastic sheen around you. So what's everybody else doing? Egg Roll and Thumper, I think, are crawling along the floor with compound fractures.
I think I'm unauthorized in the painting of this beautiful facility that Friendly Computers made for us.
Well, I mean, at least you're painting it red.
That's unauthorized coloring. I have to.
So you self-terminate.
I have to self-terminate. I can't.
Go ahead and roll.
Loyalty.
Yep, go ahead and roll your laser pistol.
All right. Well, can I use my knife?
Sure, go ahead and roll your knife too. I'll let you do that one even.
As an aside, when my clone was redeployed, did I still have those samples from earlier?
Well, yes.
Okay,
I
excellent.
told you it's the oddest shit. You always end up back with what you had. Now, Egg Roll, you manage, surprisingly giving the karma in this game, you managed to actually end your clone's life. I will now increment your clone, and you will be reinserted shortly. But you won't be maimed, at least. Let's go to clone 4. Oh, wait a minute. Clone 43? No, let's not do 43.
It's like, damn, he went from winning to losing.
So, Thumper, you're still crawling on the floor, broken legs. Dinnerham, you just pulled off an amazing, for some reason, your computer on your wrist popped up 10.0, perfect score. You don't know why.
So
And-
I'm going to, if it's okay, I'm going to move towards Thumper to try to bandage him up and heal him.
Sure, roll it. While you're doing that, what are you doing, Peeps Are Bad? You've managed to survive the insertion, which is always good. You're standing over jelly beans. Hate. I'm waiting for this medical roll, because there's a skill for medical. Yeah. Well, wow, you actually managed to roll under an 11. Or under a 12 with an 11. You barely made it. You managed to tear some of his red uniform to make some splints. And you managed to use some of the duct tape that every troubleshooter has. And you duct tape his leg a bit. I'll let you go back down to wounded there, Thumper Bunny, but don't think it's going to last long. The duct tape in this place isn't real good duct tape. It's more like fuck.
Hygiene
It's more like
officer. I
fuck
have to
tape.
try.
It
Hygiene
might hold
officer
or
has to
might the
try,
fuck not.
right?
Yeah, I imagine Thumper would try to stand and then immediately his legs don't work. So he's back down on the ground, low crawling.
Roll agility again. Matter of fact, Peeps is lucky the computer didn't think of it. Otherwise, that insertion would have had to roll for the basket. But I'm going to have Thumper roll for the basket.
Nope.
Yeah, your basket's ticking, Thump. Just letting you know.
I mean, I'm not going to leave it because that would be abandoning equipment I've been assigned to test. So I'll drag it with me as I'm low crawling.
So
everybody.
We're waiting for Egg Roll to reappear. You have Peeps Are Bad there, who is surprisingly not hurt. Dinner Ham, surprisingly not hurt, whose Trader Talk bunny ears have done nothing this entire time. Don't know why. Thumper Bunny with a ticking basket that can't really walk. And then Chocolate and Fluffy Tail come in walking like a bad scrub bot that has its gears need to be fixed because their uniform is solidified.
Am I still yellow? Mostly.
No, you're brown. You're fried.
Well, shit. Fluffy will message to friend computer, and he will ask for permission to execute Chocolate for not being in clearance uniform.
Being out of uniform is always not allowed in this place. Never not be in uniform. Never not be in uniform.
Fluffy Bunny will execute Chocolate.
Go ahead.
Laser pistol. Go ahead.
Loyal citizen.
A 4. Well, I think, Chocolate, you got anything? Any last words?
No.
Nope. Okay. Manages to fire a shot at Fluffy Tail, who's already hurt. Yellow is higher than orange, so your armor don't even protect it. He manages to put a shot right in you, killing your fourth clone with a shot to the heart, and he's to blame.
I would also like to hang on a second. I'm getting craziness with my windows here. I would also like to run back into the room where I executed the jelly beans and try and remove like what remains of their tattered clothing.
So as Fluffy Tail is fully entering the room slowly after shooting Chocolate for being out of uniform, you see Fluffy Tail's in a brown uniform. What is Peeps Are Bad, Thumper Bunny, and Dinner Ham doing?
I'm low crawling towards the happiness officer, one, because while not saying anything, I don't feel particularly happy at this point. But hearing the ticking and also seeing that he is out of uniform, it must be rectified. So I'm crawling towards Fluffy Tail.
Okay.
I'm going to inject Thumper with a stimulant injection.
Okay.
Play as the pep to be able to complete the mission.
Sure. Go ahead and inject him.
What do I roll for that?
I don't know. Let's go wetware, medical. Just throw a die. Let's see. Pharmacology, that would work. Or pharmacotherapy. Because, around here, that's everything is pharmaed. Wow, you're getting lucky. You get injected with something out of a spray hypo. You are really, really. When they say stimulant, meth is coffee compared to this stuff. You can swear you can see time slow down around you. You're leaving trails as you move. Yeah, it's rough.
But my legs are still.
Oh, yeah, they're still broken. But,
oh yeah, no. Then I am like super speed crawling it towards Fluffy Tail now.
Sure, we're going to go with that. And your wrist computer goes off, Thumper Bunny. Friend computer has noted team leader is only 60% effective. Please note immediately the following job changes. In recognition of your outstanding loyalty to friend computer, the loyalty officer is now promoted to team leader. Gonna move this over. Watch this. Where's my team leader one? Oh, look at that. Team leader. The happiness officer is now designated loyalty officer. And the former team leader is now the happiness officer. Please enjoy your new job assignments. Job training manuals will be sent at an appropriate time.
I immediately look for wherever the stash of meds that Fluffy Tail had, so I can just pound PSD so I feel happier.
Considering he was just standing by. Oh, shit. Okay. Considering he was just standing by, it's easy to grab the meds, and you grab some hypo and start injecting, and your head explodes.
That tracks.
And Peeps just goes, that was awesome equipment testing right there.
You don't know why it explodes. You've never heard of exploding heads, but Fluffy Tail knows why your head exploded. It was that unmarked vial, I think. I think that did it to you. So we'll see what clone number you come back. We'll see. Who knows? By the way, Fluffy Tail, after injecting you, manages to grab clothes and start switching to a yellow uniform with a yellow stripe on it.
Is there a place around that I would know belongs to some tech people?
There's mailboxes you can send it, or sorry, the message-o-matic, package-o-matic, guaranteed to never contain bombs in the package-o-matic. Guaranteed. Or your money back.
Okay. Excellent.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is Fluffy fully in uniform since the person he took it off of lost a limb?
Fluffy's fully in uniform, other than, as far as you're aware, Fluffy's not a registered mutant, wearing a registered mutant's outfit.
I just meant since that guy lost an arm, did
Nope.
he lose the sleeve to go with it?
No, got the sleeve, blew the arm right out of the sleeve. Odd as shit. But definitely still out of uniform because not a registered mutant, wearing a registered mutant's outfit.
I would also like to ask, how close are the remaining members of our team to that?
Well, Chocolate's dead. Egg Roll's dead. Thumper Bunny is dead. Dinner Ham and Peeps are bad. How far are you from Fluffy Tail?
Right now, while it's like, since we're 3 people down and nobody is trying to go anywhere, I am at the message-o-matic trying to send my toolbox with the samples.
Okay.
So do a thing.
I'm going to use telekinesis to try to push him away from the wall.
Go ahead, try. This has worked out so well for you every time you've rolled this.
For the record, while we're doing this, my body with the ticking eggs is still right next to
Yes,
Fluffy.
it is. Oh, yes. You know it's coming in a few seconds, right? I'm just waiting to see what this roll is for this telekinesis because it's worked so well. Wow. You manage somehow to push Peeps are bad away from all. Peeps are bad. Please roll an agility to see if you can chuck that toolbox into the slot before you leave. For the viewers out there, Fluffy Tail has some experimental mystic stuff that it's called mind-blowing drug, and it literally causes your mind to blow. That's what
Did
Thumper
my
Bunny
first
managed to
2
test.
clones go?
Yep. You managed to roll, you chuck this toolbox into the slot as you're pushed away. And then there's an earth-shattering kaboom, and another earth-shattering kaboom, and another. There's 12 eggs in there. All of them go off. And even a miniature black hole opens in the room. That's one of the options in that grenade pile there. It was volatile, which proceeds to suck everybody into it and kill everybody again. Now, I don't have to increment Egg Roll, Thumper Bunny, or Chocolate, but we got to kill Fluffy Tail's clone number. We got to get Peeps. You're at 6. God, you haven't eaten the Easter Bunny yet. It's not going well. Dinner Ham. Wow, you're at 7. Yeah. we're going to go right through this list here. This isn't going well because you're going to be on 7. Thumper Bunny, you're going to be on 7. Apparently, Flynn Computer might like you a little. You'll get an extra clone, maybe. We'll see. And Chocolate's at 6. So, now that the entire team is dead for once.
I was at 5. I was at 5 because of my last death, and I still haven't come back.
Oh, damn. Oh, wait a minute. No, computer never makes an error. You're at 6. Yeah. You're at 45. How about that?
Yeah.
Sorry, friend computer. How many clones am I on now?
I don't know. Somehow Chocolate went back 1. Somehow. So you all wake up in your clone vat and are immediately shoved into a series of tubes as you shoot through Alpha Complex. You land in, you don't know where the hell you are. You've never seen it before. There's these tall things that got like brown, rough texture on them, topped by kind of big, fluffy green tops. And the ground is covered in green stuff, like kind of like that shock-absorbing material. It's all over the floor, everywhere. Now, you're not green authorized, but it's everywhere. You don't know how high up the ceiling is, but it's pretty high up there. Because the ceiling's blue, a very light blue, way up there. And amongst this green shock-absorbing material, because you feel it kind of sponges when you get out of your clone tubes, hidden amongst them, and by hidden I mean in plain sight, multiple colors, some of them quite garish, are little round oval things spread everywhere. Some are tucked into these brown textured things. Some are tucked into the leafy parts of it. Some are half buried under little pieces of grayish kind of, looks like broken pieces of wall. So as you're standing outside, that none of y'all know what outside is, in the trees and the grass, and somebody's hidden Easter eggs, you see, you don't know how to describe it. It's kind of got pointy ears like the thing Dinner Ham wears. It's got a gray suit like Egg Roll's got when it turns on. It's got fluffy kind of boots like Fluffy Tail has. It has a tail like Chocolate. And as it hops in the room, from behind these gray or these brown things, it starts going, buck, 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 buck.
I turn on the recording device.
Fluffy Tail will instantly be like, before we execute the remainder of our duties, I insist that the happiness officer administer PSDs to all members of the party. And I assume that Fluffy Tail has still the hypos.
That's what's funny is, yeah, you come back with your hypos.
Mm-hmm. Despite the fact that I am no longer happiness officer. And he will give one out to Thumper Bunny, which will be administered to Chocolate, and that will be a mind-exploding drug. He will give one to Thumper Bunny for Egg Roll, and that will be a mind-exploding drug.
So, you know...
he will give one for Dinner Ham, and that will be a mind-exploding drug.
I'm here
And
for
he
it.
will give one for Peeps and Thumper Bunny, and they will be normal PSDs.
Because, yeah, you appeared even though you're loyalty officer. Your clone came with the happiness officer's gear. Now, Egg Roll, oddly enough, you came with a pair of binoculars, which you've never understood because Alpha Complex, what good are binoculars in those corridors? You can't see far enough to ever use them, but you have them.
I have a couple questions.
Go ahead.
I still have the same skill set, even though
Yep.
am I now the leader?
Yep, you're now the team lead. You're in charge. It is a
Okay.
team lead's duty to make sure that everything is followed and that the
Yeah.
team mission is successful.
So I'm gonna have to shoot our Fluffy here because he's not an equipment officer. Why is he handing out things?
He's also still I mean,
And
that
he's in
makes
a
sense.
uniform, out of uniform, right?
But no, he's in uniform because he
Oh,
died,
in
but
uniform?
he's definitely not authorized. He's not the happiness officer. He's not authorized to have happiness gear.
Right. So I'm gonna have to shoot him.
Okay. So as you're handing these out, you get shot. Go ahead, Thumper. What do you got? Go ahead
So
and
it's
roll.
actually that's a fair question. Would I recognize the injectable that he handed to me as the same one that made my head explode?
Mm.
No. I
Go
did
ahead and
not
roll
hand one.
wetware. Let's go wetware for you.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine there has to be some sort of maybe differentiation between them.
And I don't take anything from him.
You manage to shoot as Fluffy Tail hands to Thumper Bunny this hypo. You manage to shoot Fluffy Tail as you exclaim, he's not authorized to have happiness officer. He's not the happiness officer.
Or equipment officer.
Or equipment officer. You don't recognize what you were handed, Thumper. You rolled a 7. Egg Roll, your shot strikes one of those little oval things that were under Fluffy Tail, and it explodes, blowing an arm and a leg off Fluffy Tail. Fluffy Tail, you're down, but you're not dead. You're just down.
Okay.
As you're hurled 20 feet in the air and you land at the feet of some other thing that just walked into the clearing. It's walking on 2 legs, but it's kind of a round, fat body it's got some sort of poker or pecker on its face. And it's multicolored, which is not allowed in Alpha Complex. And it actually exclaims, "Quit barking, you fucking rabbit. That's my job." You have found the chicken that's pissed off at the Easter Bunny. You are now caught maimed, between, oh shit, the Easter Bunny and the chicken who's mad about the eggs. Final battle. And you're in the middle.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy's right. And you're documenting. What is everybody
Equipment
doing?
Officer, permission to retrieve happiness officer supplies from the half mangled body of the former happiness officer.
Wow. No response.
Team leader, permission to,
Permission granted.
and then I will loot Fluffy Tail's body of happiness officer supplies.
You'll notice none of them are labeled. None of the hypos. They're all blank hypos. Yes, Egg Roll.
Storyteller, I don't like to leave a job undone. If Fluffy's still breathing, I am going to finish it off.
Okay, you can. Fluffy Tail, you
And
can't do anything about it because you're down. You basically have to take the shot.
I'm going to nice and slow.
Very nice shot. You come in with your knife to give the finishing blow. And as Fluffy Tail's laying there in pain down, you manage to take the knife and you slam it right into the base of the skull where you know that'll end the clone's connection. And Fluffy
You
Tail has
traitor.
expired for his traitorous activities.
In which case, while that happens, Thumper Bunny is going to ask for permission to redistribute the old team leader equipment to the current team leader.
So now the team leader has 2 pairs of binoculars around his neck.
No. We can't hoard.
While you're doing this, by the way, the rabbit that came out, Easter
Authorized
Bunny,
to us.
starts throwing eggs in your direction. You all forget that you're standing in front. He starts throwing eggs out of his basket. Agility rolls. Everybody agility rolls. More agility rolls.
Storyteller,
Yes.
First
Friend
thing
computer.
friend computer. First thing I would have done when I appeared in this room was teleport my grenade, if you will.
Go ahead,
at
try.
the-
This has worked out so well every time. Yeah, it's working as well as usual, isn't it? Let's see. Egg roll, you managed to avoid the eggs being thrown. Thumper Bunny did not. Chocolate, your tail suddenly expands and it bounces off. And it hits the grenade that Dinnerham had thrown, that magically started appearing, causing them both to skew off in the distance and land at Thumper Bunny's feet, who explodes.
Knowing that that tail is probably going to deploy, because it's deployed basically every time it was about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible for me to just, instead of just doing a regular agility roll, to leap at the tail and use a power to hold on to it?
Sure.
For your life.
I mean, you could roll first the agility towards it. Go ahead.
Okay.
You manage to grab onto this fluffy tail as it expands and you're in it. You're trapped. You're just stay inside with her.
Okay.
But Thumper Bunny, you explode. 3 different, grenade and some eggs and all kinds of bad shit happening. Bounced off. Yes, Thumper.
And since Egg Roll refused to take the basket of exploding eggs from me, because they were assigned to the team leader, those also, I think, are exploding.
They're all ticking, except the explosion threw them all over the place. Now, the hard part is it's hard to find them amongst all the grassy shock absorber and the ground and all the other eggs. So now you're sitting in a whole giant room, bigger than anything you've ever seen, with ticking eggs everywhere. But you're not. You're chunks of salsa. But at least you're red.
And I use, again, one of my skills, engineering, electronic engineering, or mechanical engineering, and see if I'm aware of the danger that I might be facing here.
Sure. I'll let you. Anyone else want to use anything? Hit me with it now. Let's see. Fluffy, you're dead. You'll come back in a minute.
I'm going to use Moxie to see if I can push through this.
Go ahead. Moxie score. Your Moxie is 1, and you're going to roll Moxie. I love it. Get a perversity point just for the sheer insanity of trying to roll a 1.
The audacity.
Oh, dear God, man.
Especially with roll 20.
Mechanical engineering score 7. You rolled a 12. You're pretty sure when those eggs, bada boom is going to bada boom here any second now.
Run.
And you also hear coming from somewhere in the ceiling area, way up high.
We look for cover. I say, look for cover. I shout at everybody.
Okay, so you're all going to try to run to... Who's running for cover and who's not?
2 of us are conveniently trapped inside cover.
I don't think I have enough Moxie to do that.
You hear on the survivors, the ones who are alive here, your wrist communicator opens up with kinetic bombardment clone insertion has been activated. Please wait. Re-entry occurring now. Brought to you by the tungsten industry. Buy tungsten. It's always good. Yeah, I think some people understand what happens when a tungsten rod is inserted into the atmosphere from space and impacts the ground.
Not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to summarize that with bad juju.
Kinetic
It's
strike
good juju
incoming.
because friend computer.
The clones are inserted. Unfortunately, they insert into the ground where they vaporize, and from the impact, split atoms and cause an explosion the likes of honestly, it would have entered your book if you had been able to see it, because you're blinded instantly when it goes off. Then you're fried. Then you're disintegrated. Then the ashes are disintegrated. And a large chunk of the outdoors is disintegrated.
We got the Easter Bunny.
But you got the Easter Bunny, and you got the Cadbury chicken that was mad because the Easter Bunny stole his gig. And you wake up in a debriefing room. Troubleshooters. Friend Computer is here to receive the debriefing of the mission status. The mission is officially marked successful. Commie Trader was killed from kinetic strike. Any knowledge of the outdoor sectors is treasonous. After debriefing, all of you please report to the liquidation chamber. Chocolate, did you document any commission of treason by members of your troubleshooting team?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I documented plenty of treason.
For documenting treason, all other members of the troubleshooting team, after re-education and new clone insertion, are to report to the liquidation chamber again for a second liquidation. Thumper Bunny, have you observed any traitorous activity?
And Thumper Bunny will pull out the recorder that he's had on the entire time that has recorded everyone's treasonous activity.
Thumper Bunny, including your own treasonous activity for damaging computer property, you're all ordered to be summarily retrained in the nearest liquidation booth twice. Please report after debriefing. For alerting the computer of this treasonous activity and being a diligent citizen, Thumper Bunny can skip one of the liquidations. You still got the rest, though. Peeps are bad. Please give your debrief of the mission. Peeps are bad is not answered, friend computer. Please report for termination. Fluffy Tail, please give your debrief.
And head towards the re-education booth.
Fluffy Tail, loyalty officer, did you see any breaks of loyalty between the troubleshooters?
I have observed numerous acts of disloyalty and unauthorized executions. Thumper Bunny, in his previous role, was inadequate. Jocko Late only began to record after we had left the R&D room. Peeps are bad side a lot.
Please,
PSPs.
For your unerring determination of loyalty, glitch, error, termination, terminate your clone.
And Fluffy Tail will try and use a communist mutant traitor power to see if he can sway.
Go ahead, roll your power roll.
Okay.
Gonna finally use your mutant power. Wow, and you rolled under it. Fluffy Tail, in recognition of your services, you are declared Hero of Alpha Complex.
Thank you, friend computer.
Your story will be told by Tila O'Malley herself during the next Tila O'Malley broadcast hour. Your clone will forever live in glory. Please report for the award ceremony immediately.
And he will leave the room and go report the award.
First use of machine empathy. He saves it to the end to save himself. Awesome.
As I get to the termination booth, well, because the friend computer only said to report to termination booth, not nearest termination booth.
No, that's true.
So he would have reported to one outside of this room.
Okay.
Stepped just near enough to it to set it off, and then used his power to stick to the outside of it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. And then we got to still debrief Dinnerham, and of course the team leader has to give his team lead debrief because team lead's always the final one. Give me a roll of something. Let's do some roll. What is your goal with this, by the way? Wow. A perfect one. Nobody can see you anymore. You're gone. You're just like permanently invisible.
And I will use that to just walk back to where I had those samples sent to.
And so, when I say permanently, I mean permanently. You rolled a 1. You are permanently camouflaged. Nobody can ever see you again. But you still are alive.
Yeah.
Hygiene Officer Dinnerham, did you observe any unhygienic? Were your troubleshooters clean citizens, which means happy citizens, which means loyal citizens?
No, they weren't. I noted Peeps Are Bad spent much time trying to take genetic samples of the remainders of previously disposed of clones, and then attempted to send them off to some other place.
Friend computer has no record of Peeps Are Bad. Please identify who this citizen is. You went so invisible, computer don't even know you exist now.
I also report the during the weapons testing, hallucinations were noted as well. So Peeps Are Bad must have been one of those hallucinations.
Hallucinating, a sign of treasonous activity. Please execute yourself immediately.
I pull out my gun and boom.
Team lead. Mission success always is in the team lead's favor. You are forgiven for the previous infractions. Please give your debrief.
I did note and report several actions of treason. I dealt with it swiftly. In some cases, they dealt with themselves. Other than that, the mission was a success, and I am pleased that Friend Computer had made an excellent choice with candidate selections.
For your loyalty, you are hereby promoted to Orange Security Clearance. Also, team lead, please execute briefing officer for not giving this debriefing and forcing Friend Computer to do it.
All right. As my first action, I will slaughter the briefing officer.
And the guy starts panicking, looking around as you execute him right there. And this is where we're going to end this paranoia, where I knew from the beginning Egg Roll was going to be the survivor because he was not getting killed like the rest of you all. Though Peeps, you survived too, forever invisible. Nobody will remember who you are, where you are, what you were doing.
That was my mission, to keep him alive.
Yes.
So that's why you didn't see me interrupt him a lot of times when I would instinctively want to. But him getting away actually made my mission even more of a success.
You completed your secret society mission by Peeps Are Bad surviving.
But also, I believe I completed my secret society mission
What was yours?
to collect
The samples.
to collect the samples and have them sent to R&D.
Did anyone else make their secret society mission?
I tried, but the tungsten strike came first. So
Kinetic strike.
Strictly speaking, I actually went above and beyond because I was only supposed to get one of them.
You made sure you got all of it. Sent it back to tech services as payback for somebody burning your people.
So I may or may not have, depending on interpretation, because mine was to kill Fluffy Tail and Chocolate.
I mean, you got them all executed at the end.
I was going to say I'm fairly...
Except Fluffy Tail.
I was going to say I'm fairly confident I at least killed them both at least once with explosives.
My job was I suspected Egg Roll and Peeps Are Bad as internal security agents, and I was supposed to deal with them to make security back off of the Scion Society.
And the internal security agent got promoted to team leader.
Yeah.
And forgiven his crimes.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
I guess I
succeeded
failed.
and succeeded the
miserably.
secret mission.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think. Go ahead.
Just quickly, I had one to observe Dinarham and Chocolate for any commie mutant powers and execute them to try and avoid being suspect. I only killed one of them once, and I was never quite around when Dinnerham used the telekinetic.
I've got to say, Dinnerham used the most fucking amounts of powers I've ever seen anyone try to rely on their mutant power, and it failed spectacularly so many times. You got a good kill in, but then otherwise it was bad.
I had none, no powers, nothing. I just could shoot people, which I fucked up every time.
I just never found a time. I just never found a time to use my power. Mechanical intuition. It just never came up.
No, sometimes it doesn't. And I'd like to thank the players of this bonkers damn stream. First time we've had Chocolate on channel with us. First time we've had Egg Roll on channel with us, and they both did great. I'm glad that they got to play with us because this is a great game for the insanity. Please join our Discord. We cast this show from the Discord. So when we're casting shows like this, all you got to do is say you want to in, and you may get a chance to play with us because we love playing with different people, especially this one. You want to catch back episodes, including the previous 2 Paranoia streams we've done, which is when Santa Claus and Jack-o'-lantern was killed. Next time, who knows? It might be Easter, or it might be Uncle Sam who has to get taken out. It could be Jack Frost.
Could be you.
Could be Shanky. Got to kill Shanky. He's a commie mutant traitor too.
Of course he is. He blocked the face of friend computer during the stream.
I did. I know. If you want to check out our merch, we got a merch store. Go check it out. You want to check out some other amazing content creators? We've got a list of friends in our chat. We always put those up. These are other people that we support that we like to give follows to. Ravenous Archon, you're going to see him Tuesday in our werewolf stream coming up. You're actually going to see Timber Brad on Tuesday. Thumper Bunny, he'll be in the werewolf stream that's coming up. But you also see him tomorrow. You see Timber Brad. I'll get into the schedule here in a second. If you want to give to the players, bits and donations, they go to the players, not to myself. That's our way to show the players that you enjoyed what they're doing. That always goes to the players. If you want to support the studio, you can subscribe on Twitch or pop over to our KoFi. That's how you support the studio. But bits and donations, they always go to the player, not to us. That's just our way of giving something to the players who make this possible, honestly. Our schedule this week, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, Windy City After Dark, episode 5 of season 6. Telling y'all, shit happens. This is, yeah. Bad life choices are made by Kindred, and not all of them are members are players. Some of them are not the players. So get ready for that shit. That's going to be a good episode tomorrow. Tuesday, because we had to delay the season premiere of Werewolf. The season premiere is this Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Go check out our Werewolf premiere because it's going to be amazing. Ravinia's running it. You'll see Timber Brad. You'll see Mama McStabber, Ravenous Archon, Drop Stitch Witch, Maddox. Damn it, I know I'm forgetting people. I can never remember everybody's names. Shows you how I am. I will pull it up real quick because I got it right here. I think. I can't even read that. Oh my gosh. Look, people. The Shanky has been fired and sacked and replaced with a new Shanky. Actually, I covered everybody who's in it. Awesome. Ravinia, yes, Ravinia's the ST. So, and Maddox, you'll see that. For those that aren't on the Discord, we announced our casting call for Demon. We have our season 1 cast. Congratulations to the season 1 cast. We have our season 2 cast. Congratulations to that. And we have our one-shot cast, which are happening between seasons 1 and 2. And congratulations to those people. I'm looking forward to that one. That is going to be a lot of fun as it comes up. And as always, when we end this, please, everybody, take mental health seriously. Check in on family, friends, loved ones. Check in on those around you. Make sure they're okay because a lot of people aren't. And all it takes is a lifeline a lot of times. Somebody to show you care. Just to say, are you okay? And that's all it needs. And if you do suffer from mental health issues, many of us do, myself included, and I admit that. It's okay to not be okay because all of us go through at some point in our life not being okay or not being able to handle what's happening. And if you can't reach out to those around you, because a lot of us can't, right now in chat, there's numbers you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And those are people who are listening to you and to be that voice because there's nothing wrong with needing help once in a while. We all need it. And there's nothing wrong with admitting you're one of them, because mental health is health and it's okay to not be okay. And we end it that way every time. And though my wife isn't here, I will say, get your COVID vaccines. If you haven't, please do.
Get your damn shots.
My wife's a nurse. Timber Brad's a nurse. They work in the hospital industry. They've seen the effect the vaccine has done on people with preventing them from being intubated and ventilated in the hospital. That's horrifying. You don't want that. So please get your shots and take care of yourselves. Be safe. Enjoy your Easter weekend next weekend.
Fuck Putin.
Fuck Putin.
Fuck Putin.
Yep. Don't take it out on the Russian people.
No.
Because they don't deserve it, especially the ones who run the businesses around you, the ones that live in your communities. Don't take that out on them. That's not right. They had nothing to do with Putin.
The Russian people are friends.
Yes.
Putin is an asshole.
The soldiers, you can hate on them all you want because I was just following orders is not a legal defense for what's been going on. Remember that. And from the cast of this show and from the studio and this amazing group of dead people, the winner of the stream goes to Egg Roll for having the least amount of deaths. The most amount of deaths go to Thumper Bunny for his, we're going to give him Tried Hardest Award.
Yes.
The Try Hard Award.
That's right.
And it comes in a jar of salsa because that's what he was, chunks of salsa. So from the cast of
It
this.
wouldn't be a game with me if I didn't make multiple terrible life decisions. So
That's right. So I'd like to thank you all and good night. And for those on the Discord, we will be doing our weekly Zoom hangout in a little bit. After I get some food in me somehow. I've got to eat first, and then we'll do our weekly Zoom hangout, open to all members of our Discord to come hang out and chat. So I thank you all. Good night, everybody.
Night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Let's go to the other one. Now you can see me here.